Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moltrav here, coming at you with another StarCraft commentary. And there's the Tucson in front of you right there, by the way. That car is part of the prize for this tournament. The winners of this tournament get a car and some money as well. And I just wanted to, I'm going to skip forward a minute because there's, this VOD has like a while of these guys chatting and they talk about the map a little bit. I will show this real quick though, just to, as a point of interest, that it's a TVZ win rate of 5-1 for Terran. This is a TVP though. We're going to have Rainbow versus Midas playing against each other. I'm going to skip forward again just to get to closer to the game. There's Midas himself. So I failed to mention this in the last VOD, that this is a Winners League format or an all-kill format. So Midas, having beaten Uv in the previous game, stays at the computer. And the other team has to send out another player to challenge him. And they are sending out IntoTheRainbow, aka Rainbow. Very strong Protoss player from the early days of StarCraft. And we're going to see if he can be a match for Midas in game number 2 here of the Tucson MBCGame Star League. And that music, man, the music they have for that is like, I guess it's meant to be like a little edgy and like create drama, but it's just like, it's not like an exciting mood. It's like a down, like dark mood. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that, but anyways. Yes, and this is the map Tucson. So they went hard on the sponsorship here, and they actually made a map named after the car, which is the object of honor in this tournament, which they're, you know, Hyundai is sponsoring the tournament to show off their new car, and it's a Tucson, and there you go. Anyway, so this is the map Tucson as well. If we want, we can take a look at the map real quick and just see. It's a pretty standard map. It's a desert tile set, of course, because Tucson is in Arizona, which has a bunch of deserts and stuff like that. I've actually been to Tucson. It's kind of a cool spot. Apparently, it's the only... Well, I'm not going to remember the exact terminology, but it's the only, like... culturally, it's like a place of cultural significance, nationally recognized for food. Anyway, we got main bases. We got a choke point. There's no ramp, but there's a choke point into an extra expansion which has wide open spots. It's a 4-player map as well, so that's something that we're gonna kind of key into here. And you can see Midas building a barracks in that choke point, which is specially designed to fit a barracks, so you can block that off. Rainbow putting a gateway in his choke point as well, but not like to fill it, to block it. Since, you know what? Protoss buildings can't just float. They can't just lift up and go someplace else. Which is a little bit weird considering the fact that Protoss buildings can actually like warp through space-time from another galaxy to this location, but they can't just pick up and move over like an inch or two on the screen. So a little bit of a screw up there with the StarCraft game designers. Oopsies, they got caught making a little bit of a mistake in their physics continuity. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so Rainbow is going to be the Protoss player at the top right. Midas is going to be the bottom right of the map. But yeah, I've been to Tucson. Like I said, it's supposed to be a place for of cultural significance for food. So they have lots of different kinds of food, fusion foods. Apparently, a lot of like... because the southwest of the United States has a lot of Native American heritage, and so I believe that part of that is that an inclusion of sort of historic native foods, I believe. I know that there's a lot of that in the general region anyways. I took a trip through mostly New Mexico and Colorado, but I spent a little bit of time in Arizona. Anyway. I don't know the details, so I'm going to stop talking about that because I don't remember too many details about it. You can look it up if you want, though. But Anyway, we got Dragoon Range is whirring away on that Cybernetics core. Midas has a single Marine, and he's kind of trying to chase that probe away. He's built a factory as well, and I'm curious what we're going to see out of this here. Oh, wait, oh, okay. I was like, I saw this pylon on my screen, and it didn't register until just now that this is in a proxy location to the left of Midas's base. So you can see his choke point is actually to the right, and kind of leading out to the top right of his base. So this is going to be, this robotics facility is going to be in a spot where it's going to be actually very close to Midas's base by air. It's interesting, he's kind of hidden it over on the left side of this expansion. Maybe because he's worried about floating buildings heading that way, and it's a little bit farther out so that he couldn't spot it, but it's going to trim, it's going to add 1 or 2 seconds to the travel time of the shuttle once it does actually come out, so that might be significant, maybe not. We're going to find out. But the robotics facility is going to be completed here in just a moment. I'm curious to see actually if he's going to put the support bay, since I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming this is proxy Reaver drop is what I'm kind of thinking it's going to be. Is he going to put the bay in his main base, or is he going to put it over where the proxy is? A proxy location of the bay means it's less likely to get scouted. There it is. But it also means that later on it's going to be, you know, if he doesn't win with this, it's going to be just, it could be destroyed later on, since it's in a vulnerable spot. Oh, a couple of Dragoons coming out here, and so this is going to be kind of a factory expansion build for Midas. He does, oh, we have siege mode up, and that's a little bit of a spooky position for those 2 tanks, but there are 2 of them, and there's only 2 Dragoons, so it's actually a pretty safe spot there. If there was like 4 Dragoons, he might have been able to pick off those tanks, but he's invested into these. Wait, what is it? He picked up a probe? He picked up the probe. That's interesting, actually. That actually is really cool. Wait, no, he was just, wait, what was he doing? I thought he was going to pick up the probe, and wait, what is he building now? An observatory? Why is he building an observatory over there also? This is a little bit crazy. Again, it's just like hiding all of his tech, I guess, but he's also... You don't need to hide the observatory, do you? Maybe he's hoping that if there's like a scan or an SCV scout or something that he just sees nothing. But I thought he was picking up the probe to use the probe. See, this is what he's talking about. The engineering base floating over, so if he put it on the right side, he would spot it right now, but instead he doesn't spot it quite yet. So the 1 second that I was saying of travel distance means it's actually a couple seconds more time, less time rather, that Midas has to react to it. The Reaver's coming in there, the turret comes up, just the right moment to start hitting that turret, but the SCVs have nowhere to go. They're all clumped up. Oh no, this scarab could be huge. Oh, it kind of like half done it. I think it killed like 1 SCV there. And these tanks are just kind of running around. I was thinking he was going to use the probe as bait to like soak up, you know, tank fire or something like that. But he does have the expansion up, and it's going into the natural, so he has somewhere to run there. But oh, is he going to do it? He's going to drop the probe out to soak up the fire, and then the Reaver's going to go after the far tank. Actually, he's going to try and get 2 scarabs off on that far tank, so he's free to continue firing scarabs. And the 3rd scarab kills the 2nd tank as well. Dragoons are battling SCVs in the natural expansion, so he's actually distracted as a result. He's not reacting very well to this. Finally, he does run some of those SCVs away. We didn't really get a count to see if he actually killed too many. Okay, there's actually 12 kills. There's 12 kills on that Reaver. While we were not looking, that Reaver killed so many SCVs, and Midas is actually falling apart right now. He doesn't really have anywhere to run to, and okay, he's running the SCVs back. They're all clumped up for a nice big juicy scarab, but it's gonna probably dud on the other side of these minerals. Where are those SCVs going? They actually didn't run away, which is a little bit alarming, but they're now gonna go ahead and escape. But again, turrets were up in perfect timing, and you know, again, the kind of timing really did come out to, you know, if he'd been 1 or 2 seconds earlier on the Reaver, he would have been able to beat the turret timing, and you know, might have, in a different situation of turret placement, it would have made him a difference. It didn't in this one because the shuttle is actually fine. But reacting a little bit, a couple seconds slower to this Reaver drop actually made a bit of a difference here. But most importantly, the attack in the natural with the Dragoons distracting him actually caused the most harm. And oh no, he's clumped up the SCVs. Oh, a couple more SCVs go down. He's got a Dragoon in the shuttle this time now to kind of help out here. It drops out and soaks up the first tank shots, enabling those scarabs to go off. He's doing perfect micro with the dropping out the Dragoons and then the Reaver. He's gotten so many scarabs off, And, you know, there's a tank there, but it's only one tank. There's not another tank in siege mode, I don't think, nearby. So he can actually continue to harass here. He might be a little bit worried about losing that Reaver. He's trying to macro up behind this as well. Look at this. The Dragoons have actually forced that command center to go back and be a blockade in the choke point rather than an expansion base. So Midas is not actually even using that 400 mineral investment at all, except I guess maybe he's making more SCVs with it or something like that. Templar Archives is going down now as well, just to possibly seal the deal with, you know, it could be for DTs, could just be for late game tech. He's going to go ahead and pop over here, grab another Dragoon from that natural, and pop back into the main, start trying to get some pot shots off with the Reaver once again, now that it's going to have a Dragoon buddy to soak up fire. And this is all with one Reaver, by the way. He hasn't even gotten a second Reaver or anything like that. He's just expanded off of this and has been macroing up. There's the Dragoon popping out, and he doesn't even really need it because, oh, he's going to target the SCVs. A couple SCVs go down. Is that 22 kills on that Reaver? Oh my gosh, it's been the same Reaver this whole time killing tanks. It's 23 kills now, it looks like. 25 make it. The turret is now up. It's good. Looks like, oh, this shuttle is finally going to go down. But it looks like 28 kills on this Reaver or something like that. 30 kills! 30 kills on the Reaver! And like 6 of those are tanks! Oh, it finally goes down. SCV's killing a Reaver, ladies and gentlemen. That's not something you see every day. But it's a bit of a Pyrrhic victory for those SCVs because the command center's going to go down. The tank's going to go down. The game is going to go down. Midas is going to go down. And SK Telecom has tied up the series at 1-1 with Rainbow dispatching Midas with the 30 kill Reaver. Is that the most kills I've ever seen on a Reaver in a pro game? It might actually be. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Wow. So again, Rainbow is going to stay in the chair, and he's going to be continuing on to battle whoever SKT sends out next. So it's a tie situation. I actually don't remember off the top of my head who is coming out next, so I'm gonna just leave that for you to find out in the next game, as I'm gonna find out when I go to cast it. But hope you guys enjoyed that. Very, very cool proxy Reaver drop, just absolutely wrecking, just purely demolishing Midas there. So Rainbow's gonna have a chance to continue on and try and get some more kills for his team. We'll see how that happens in the next game. GG, thanks for watching.